Hey, this is Todd Early with Platinum Property Management, and wanted to talk to you today about customer service, specific to our industry and our company, and why we got into the business and what we've done as a company to make sure our customer service is the best that it can be. We got into this business about 10 years ago from the real estate side because there was a perception that customer service was lacking in this business, and there was an opportunity for us to jump into the business, given that the market changes, whatnot, but also because we thought we could provide better service than what we had experienced in the real estate world coming over to the property management side. So the feedback we got was typically the communication was not great, systems weren't in place, the people were not maybe as professional. There was kind of a lack of systems. It was fairly new industry, certainly for us. There were some mature companies around us, competitor-wise, that we kind of looked to initially, and we kind of did our research to see how their customer service was, and we thought there was an opportunity there for us to jump in and improve on that and kind of bring our own methods to it and our own thoughts to it. So that's kind of where we are today. For us, customer service is, like many companies and many businesses, the one thing we focus on most. I mean, it drives every decision we make as a business. How is it going to impact our customer, the decisions we make? When we deal with customers, the communication, we want it to be a certain way. We want our customers to feel a certain way. We want to show them that they're important to us, that we respect them. Obviously, they're the most important part of our business, so it's a huge focus for us. I mean, if people know that you're working in their best interests, that goes a long way. If you don't have the systems long-term to do that, though, certainly that will wear on customers, and that will end up being probably something that customers will look to as far as maybe looking to another company to go to, or why they terminate, or again, why maybe the perception of the industry back then was what it was, because a lot of companies were starting out. The shift in the market dictated that more people were turning to property management because they couldn't sell their properties or whatever, but a lot of companies started kind of accidentally, and a lot of agents managed kind of a small portfolio of properties with the intention of returning back to the real estate market when the markets improved and when the economy improved. We stuck with it on the property management side, and so we can share some of the things we did from a resource standpoint. Again, the customer has always been our number one focus. So every decision we make is how is that going to impact the customer. So from our standpoint, as we were growing and as we made mistakes, we would tweak things, or as we had successes, we would tweak things. And then we constantly reinvested into the business. So that allowed us to get to where we are today, where our customer service is leaps and bounds better, because we've now got a lot of those things in place that we didn't have 10 years ago. For instance, our people are our number one resource, right? We invest a ton of money in our people and our training and our benefits package. And that comes off to the customer, right? Because they're interacting with the folks we've hired, and we want to hire the best people, and we want them to buy into our way of doing business. For us, we try to keep each person in here to manage on average 50 properties, and so from a customer standpoint, that's a huge advantage for us, because you're going to get a call back. We're going to know specifics about your property. There's going to be details that we know that a property manager that managed 250 properties may not know right away, as well as the turnover, right? We don't have regrettable turnover here because we can manage that, and again, we treat our people a certain way, and we've been able to do that over time, and we just know that our sweet spot is a certain number of properties per person, and that allows us to be the most effective we can be. Another thing is our back office systems. As we've grown, we've implemented third-party software that helps us, onboard a tenant and an owner electronically all the way through move out. We've got the systems in place where owners and tenants can look at their statements now, whereas in the past they might have to call us and we'd have to send them an email or have to create a statement, on the go, that sort of thing. We've got those systems in place now, and again, it speaks to the growth, that's there's an evolution there where as you grow, you can implement more and more things, and you can improve the business. And so, you may just be starting out and don't have the resources to have a full-blown accounting system or a full-blown accountant or a full-blown management system. You may be doing it via Excel spreadsheets or Word documents and that sort of thing. That's fine. But as you grow, you'll find that the more systems you can put behind those ideas, the cleaner things get, the more consistent it gets, the more quicker and faster and more effective it is. One of the other things we do is, from a growth standpoint, our relationships with our vendors and our bankers and our lawyers and these people that we didn't have day one, we've now have them. We have 10-year relationships with some of them, so we know how they are. We know they buy into us, we buy into them. It's a huge benefit from a customer service standpoint, because we know when we send somebody out, a vendor, let's say, to do some maintenance, we know the work is going to get done, it's going to get done correctly, and they're going to be respectful of the customer and the owner. Being able to deliver the experience we want to our homeowners and our tenants, and by doing that and having that mentality, we need to have this infrastructure, these systems in place, and that's what we're constantly looking to build. So as a small business owners, kind of getting back to the original point, customer service is, we all have this idea of great customer service, and it's that belief that you treat the customer with respect, and you have open communication, and kind of the definition of customer service is the difference between what is expected and what is delivered. So we always try to set the right expectation, but then over-deliver. Overall, the main things with customer service for us are, again, building this infrastructure, putting the systems in place, hiring the right people, all the resources we throw into this business for the sake of the customer. Now, that's a big chunk of it. The other chunk of it is typical lease for us, right? We've got a unique relationship with our customer base that maybe other industries don't have. We've got a 12-month relationship, in some cases longer. We have owners here that have been with us really from day one, so 10-year relationships. But for the most part, right, you've got a year lease that you've got to manage these customer relationships from day one to day 365. So that's a little unique in that it's not just a one-touch and move on type of scenario. So for us, in that year-long process or longer, we constantly solicit feedback from our owners and tenants, and then we tweak our business to that. So it's very important for us, the feedback. We always say all feedback is good feedback, even if it's negative, because the good stuff we can build on, certainly, and we love to hear it, but the bad stuff we can kind of look at, and we can kind of determine if there's things we can do to fix certain processes or be a little bit more transparent or clarify policies and procedures with owners and tenants who, in short, kind of want to communicate this idea that customer service is going to be a long process. It's going to evolve. You're going to get better at it. Invest in it, invest in people, invest in infrastructure, invest in, everything about your business that impacts the customer, which is, 90% of, what we do. And then everything else will kind of fall into place. And as you get better at it, things will get smoother, and you'll keep improving and improving and improving. So the customer service should constantly, or the customer experience should constantly improve as well. So that's about it from us. I mean, we are more than happy to talk to anybody who has questions about it or things that we've done that have really impacted our business in a good way. Certainly reach out to us, and we will more than happy to talk to you. Current customers and owners, obviously, doors are always open for you guys as well. So hope this was somewhat helpful, and we will talk to you later. Thanks.